All right, talk.
All right, everybody, we're back live here. My apologies. Hopefully, the microphone is still working. I'm not sure if it is for
It's
you.
good. It's good. We're
Excellent.
good.
We fixed it, guys, and that's just a problem with XSplit. My microphone, apparently, it's not. It doesn't like working most of the time here, but that's okay. We're back into the game. My apologies. Doom and Timbersaw coming out. You were talking about Doom in a bit while we were kind of just on a break there for a moment. What exactly do you like about the Doom in this scenario for LGD Gaming?
It's another tanky hero to go with their lineup with Clockwork and Lifestealer. They're gonna be really hard to kill this game, and it's also one of those heroes that counter Slark really well. I'm trying to figure out, like everybody else is trying to figure out ways to counter Slark right now, and I think Doombringer is actually a really good idea for him, as long as you have that, because they have a Clockwork initiation, and if they just get that Doom off right immediately afterward, then Slark's pretty useless.
Yeah, and it's also good against the Timbersaw too, which I'm surprised they picked into a Doom. That seems a little questionable to me, but at the same time, you're going to want to take that Doom on Slark anyways, so you will maybe have that Timbersaw getting off all of his abilities in a team fight anyways. I'm not sure, though.
Normally Timbersaw is really good against melee laners like this Lifestealer. You can abuse the fact, and you normally won't die, because if say Timbersaw was against a Gyro or a Luna, he could die relatively easy, but with Lifesteal, it's a little bit harder, but it can still come over, obviously, with the slow. But if it was a 1v1 matchup, then the Timbersaw should do really well against the Lifestealer. So
yeah, absolutely. And well, there are two last picks here to go. The last bands came out was the Razor and the Leshrac coming out on the other side for Tongfu right now. So one pick on both sides. You can look at the lineups right now. The Lifestealer, the Doom, the Clockwork, and the Rubik. They kind of need a mid laner here. I don't think the Lifestealer will be going mid or anything like that. And they want to pick something up here that would work well for a Lifestealer. There's like Puck available that they might want to pick up right now. On the other side, you got a Timbersaw, Slark, Nyx Assassin, and Visage. So, you know, they can run that Timbersaw mid. They can run him in off lane. Slark mid, same thing there. And there's a whole lot of options for Tongfu. I'm not sure. Their draft is a little bit more unorthodox than LGD's is at this point in time because of what they can do with these heroes.
yeah, I would assume both teams are gonna go for a mid hero, and they're gonna run the Doom probably greedily and put Clockwork off lane, Rubik, Lifestealer,
Mm.
safe lane, and then the other option for the other team is to put Timbersaw mid, Slark safe lane, and go aggressive with the Visage and Nyx, because they know they're gonna be greedy with the Doom, so they could possibly win almost all their lanes. So it really depends on what they want to do, or they could do Clock mid and Doom. Like, it just depends.
Yeah, they have a lot of
And Doom
options
off.
here.
Yeah.
Everything is open-ended
It
for both
it's
teams.
I'm just gonna say what would be best would probably be, oh,
Not that.
maybe that. I would
Maybe
have never
that.
guessed that. I would have never guessed that.
Yeah,
'Cause that
exactly.
might be support or mid. I still don't know.
Yeah. I talked with, I think, Bulba about this a couple times. He really likes Disruptor mid, but he can also run well as support if they, decide to lane things up differently here. But Disruptor mid certainly could be a thing that happens. I know Sam likes it, but, who knows? We'll see what they want to do. Tongfu with the next pick coming out right now. And this is an interesting... I mean, the thing is there's a lot of silences, which is really good against the Slark and the Timbersaw. You put up, of course, that Static Storm coming out for the Disruptor, and that just keeps them in place with the Kinetic Field on top of that. There's nowhere they can really go, and that's an issue with the Slark, because he needs to have that mobility. He needs to be able to use that Shadow Dance. Same with the Timbersaw with that Timber Chain. So I really like these pickups from LGD Gaming. A bit unconventional, but it works.
Yeah, it's really good to shut down their heroes. If they
10 seconds remaining.
I just want to see where the Disruptor goes before I say anything, because if they tri-lane versus tri-lane, which they might do, TA, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's really good for the Doom and Lifestealer to take out their armor, and they have only Clockwork and Disruptor for the refraction. So Doom can't even. If Doom goes on the TA, then the Slark and Timber are just gonna mess them up in team fights.
Run
So,
havoc, yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
And we saw what a good Templar Assassin can do from Tongfu last time around, so having them do it again here, but obviously that was for, Vici Gaming. But with this here, this is kind of an aggressive lineup that probably works well for them. With LGD Gaming, it's more of a little bit of a niche pick with the Disruptor. It's been picked a couple of times. Same with the Doom. Obviously, Doom's picked a lot more. He's actually, a top-tier pick, and most Dota actually right now, but like with these picks, I think it could work well for them. We'll see how it goes. We are going to jump into the game. It is game one of a best of 5 series. Obviously, LGD Gaming and Tongfu. It's going to be a good matchup.
Yeah, it's gonna be another 5 hours, 6 hours, going the distance. I'm
That's
calling
right.
it right
Yeah,
now.
I wouldn't mind it going the distance. 5 games, always a lot of fun. We have those long 5 game series. We're going to get a quick pause real quick from ZSMJ, I
Prepare for
think. Yep.
battle.
There we go.
Just need more time.
Yeah.
More time added on to the wait.
We're already like an hour behind schedule, but that's okay. That's fine.
Okay.
It happens. All right. So for Tongfu, we've got ZSMJ on the Nyx Assassin Legend. Zhou will be up on the Slark. Mu on the Templar Assassin. Kabu will be on the Timbersaw, and San Shang will be on the Visage. Ryu, why don't you go ahead and do the Dire team real quick?
Rabbit's gonna be on the Nyx. Doombringer's gonna be by Zhao 8. I wonder. Yeah, this is a support disruptor. That's what I wanted to see. DDC on the disruptor, DD on the Rubik, and Yao on the clockwork.
So we are going to jump into the game. You mentioned the support disruptor, so they're going to land this a bit differently as of right now. You can see what he bought already. It's the ward, the GG branch, the tango, and the clarity. That's how you know, obviously, other than, of course, the players playing the heroes. We're going to see Yao down in that bottom lane. Just a great clockwork player. Really just, honestly, and such a good hero right now. It's one of the top heroes for a reason. You have such control over the map. Cogs are so nice. Hookshot, great initiating tool, and you have many items that you can build towards that really make you super effective in the mid stages of the game. We are going to jump into the game finally as we have more pauses, more issues. It looks like we are finally ready to go. So with the Timbersaw, with ZSMJ, he's going to be at the support Nyx Assassin. He's going to probably just go up to the top lane, it seems like, or just head right around this jungle for now. They haven't really decided. Mu's going to be the mid-Templar Assassin, going for that early Wraith ban, the Tango, and, of course, the pooled Tango as well. So just 5 Tangos in total. So no fast battle coming out for this Templar Assassin.
Yeah, I'm still debating on which team I like more for this game. Because each team is kind of like counterpicked to the other. So it's gonna... I think this game is actually going to come down to play, which is really good to see. Like yesterday, we just decided like, oh well, some teams just kind of got like the experiments with black, experimenting, with the invoker and stuff didn't work out.
Right.
But this game should be really close and it should go on for a lot of while.
Battle begins.
Yeah, I agree with you. And you mentioned experimenting, and that's definitely true. I mean, they went for some interesting drafts. That was a nice little impale on DD, just kind of showing himself and just throwing that out there. Not that much damage, obviously, at level 1, but every little bit helps, obviously. Zoe's going to be down in the bottom lane on that Slark, and he has, of course, that pooled Tango, the 4 Tangos, as well as the Salve, and the Stout Shield. So solo versus solo right now. Both of them going to be getting some decent farm here. You see Yao's going to go ahead and do the pool, the creep wave into the the trees here, just making sure that the wave does not push out too far. You can see there is that one creep that will get away, and that's all Zoe's going to get for right now. So let's see if he can get farmed. It's the tri-lane top, and this is actually a tri-lane with a Timbersaw, which you don't see too often because you like to have him get levels, especially in like an off-lane scenario or even a mid-lane hero. But they're going to go for a tri-lane with that hero.
Yeah, they did the smart thing. They left Disruptor go mid just for a little bit of EXP while the Doom gets the creep, and because they can't have the Doom in the jungle and just have the Disruptor mid, else they're going to lose all their lanes really, because they're just. You can't have the Doom just jungling and you're not getting anything out of it in the other lanes, but they're still gonna have a hard time up top because they have a disruptor and the other team has like amazing heroes right here. So
yeah, disruptor's not gonna do a lot.
This Rubik has to have perfect positioning, else he's gonna be the one getting caught out. So.
Yep. So just like that, you can see, and you're absolutely right. I mean, you look at what Lifestealer's got. He's got 0 last hits as of right now. So already this top lane going well in favor of the Radiant team. And that could change with levels coming in on the supports for the Dire team. But, it's going to come down to Zhou down in the bottom lane and Yao as well. That's going to be one of the lanes that is actually a point of contention. And with Zhao 8 in the mid lane as well, I mean, he'll be doing okay here against the Templar Assassin. Obviously, the TA has more last hits as of right now, but that can change as well with more levels, and Scorchrith obviously being sort of a factor. No level death, obviously, not going for the nuke. You never really go for that early on here. So just general, a little bit of passive play in the top lane for LGD now. Yeah,
this Clockwork's been doing really well bottom. He's drained the Slark every time with his cogs. So if he has boots too, he could almost actually kill him, but he has the magic wand, so that's a great pickup from the Slark. So he won't actually get solo killed down here. He got mana burned again, but
he's got 3 stick charges though. It's always nice to have that early on. Up at the top lane, you can see Rabbit maybe a little too far out of position. They're pinging on him currently, trying to get there. The Grave Chill's gonna go. He still has Rage, the Whirling Death, the damage, the right click is there. Soul Assumption long range, nice Rage though. He knew it was coming. and he gets it off in time. So he will survive, and he'll actually salve up as well. They really can't turn on this, however. You know, telekinesis is available and ready to go, and DDC already threw out the Thunderstrike. So
Yeah, that was a good rage by the Nix, but they could have probably maybe turned on the Rubik instead with the slow, but the next assassin would still be too far back, so that he wouldn't have caught up in time. So kind of just had to go on the Nix there.
hmm.
But
Yeah, I mean, he was the one that was out of position,
stun.
really.
Oh,
Top lane. Open Wounds is going to go on Sansheng. The telekinesis back as well. Static Storm, Kinetic Field. There's the Soul Assumption. DD at half health, but the first blood will go to the Life Stealer in the end. Just like that. So they were doing kind of poorly in this lane, but suddenly a kill.
yeah. Set. They had the creep momentum going for the dire side, and so they just yeah the Visage just got out of position right there, and the Rubik had a nice lift. That was really well played. So good positioning right there. And the Doom he just went into the jungle because it's really hard to lane against the TA, so he's getting forced out of the lane.
But that is the thing, though. He can always just roam back into the jungle, though, when he needs to and just get farming. And you can see, actually, he does get the Wildkin. So just like that, he can use his Tornado now to take this stack down rather quickly. He can even stack it one more time. And he'll probably head back mid while the wave is actually pushing in a little bit. Not too much now. It's actually right even in the middle of the lane. Up at the top lane, ZSMJ sitting, of course, in the jungle with Sansheng. They're just kind of making sure that they have positioning on LGD. And down in the bottom lane, Joe is farming pretty effectively. 10 last hits, of course, compared to the Clockwork, who's got 20.
Oh.
Wow. So I thought they were going to go up in the top lane as well, but no, looks like they won't.
Stolen.
Yeah, the Disruptor like immediately ran back. That was good. Glimpse? Nah, they don't want to do it.
This is like so.
He has a phase boots. The Nix has phase boots. They can really kill anybody right now, except the Timbersaw.
Hmm.
I mean, they have Glimpse back. They actually could technically kill him with the lift and then send back. So
This is a fairly obvious smoke gank, I feel like, though. I mean, they should know this is coming right now. They just saw them, like, they're not in the lane, obviously. The Timbersaw's the only one here. He's actually sitting underneath his tower right now. They should know that something's happening. You can see Xiaohui's playing a little bit more passively right now. He is actually close to the lane. He's close to this TA trap as well. He may very well get dove if necessary. They're actually just sitting here on the high ground. They may rotate back up into the jungle to look for a kill, either on DD or DDC. They're still sitting here, though, just waiting to go. There's going to be the TA trap for going through, and Xiaohui's rather slowed right now. He's going to use his Scorched Earth, give him that movement speed and regen. I don't think he's going to get killed right now. He's going to try to turn this. There's a TP coming in. That's from Yao. He's got no mana for the hookshot coming in. There's the Impale. Soul Assumption. Yao TP to his own death. It looks like Battery Soul not saving his life. I'm not sure what happened. This will go down to the Dire as well. So a 1-for-1 trade in the end, and that's in the top lane right now. Kabu in some trouble, as you can see. Salve is up for him. Rabbit looking to grab this kill. The right clicks are there. One more will do the job. The glimpse back. Doesn't matter. The right click and the Fade Bolt from DD will grab the kill in the end.
yeah, it's that you can't run from the Rubik lift, the slow, and the glimpse. So he was just playing too aggressive right there. But that was good. That was worth it to go mid though, since they actually did get the kill on the Clockwork. They almost didn't get the kill on the Doom, but I don't know. Yeah, was the Clockwork 6 then? No, he was, but I don't think he had enough mana when he TP'd, so that's what actually hurt him.
Sorry, I'm just trying to fix some Dota TV sound as well. It's been a little bit of
Open mic thing?
Yeah, no, I turned it on and off, and I'm trying to get sound working, but sadly it seems to be not the case here, as the microphone in Dota is not picking it up. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'll try fixing it soon.
Well, the Clockwork's trying to rush a Blade Mail, which I don't know if this is the game to go for it. They don't have. I guess the burst from Timbersaw would be really good, but I'm not seeing it for any of the other heroes except for maybe Soul Assumption. I guess Slark. I guess I could see the Slark killing himself maybe, but maybe. Yeah, so both the smoke games come in middle from the Rubik and Disruptor. They want to try to kill this TA, but they're just giving the levels to the Visage, trying to get him to level 6.
Yeah, you can see
so
the
they're not
creep wave
find
guy is
anything.
actually back at the tower. He is actually rather low in level. He's only level 3 right now. They're going to rotate top and look for a gank on Kabu. So they're going to try to pick this kill up. You can see Yao is here. He's going to shoot the flare. Hook shot in on Kabu, obviously. Can't get out of there now. Timberchain's going to go through. The Rolling Death already went as well. Damage going through, but he will fall in the end. It's Rubik picking up the kill. So 4-1 the score at 8 minutes in, and just like that, LGD are doing okay here in this top lane. And they're going to just try to push this 5, it seems.
They're gonna push us 5. They need Timber 6 so they can actually hold this tower, but he's not 6, so they have no anti-push except for this Nyx stun, which he's getting levels bottom. And they look like they want to hold it, but I don't know if they can. I think they should just give it up and try to just get levels on the Visage and the Nyx. They're here. They're coming.
Coming in. Rabbit getting chased down. You can see Zhao as well. Glimpse is going to go through.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now they're just gonna get the tower still. So they want to defend it.
Side trap on the ground. Yeah, they really do want to try to fight. Moo's going to come in there. There's going to be open wounds as well. Rage is up. Some damage going through. Zhou is doomed right now. In trouble. Taking the right click. Kabu trying his best. Soul Subject now very close to falling down. Everyone is low, really. Side trap's going to break again and fest out. Soul Subject this time they grab the kill. And they will defend 4 versus 5 in the end. It's 1-for-1 trade so far. Kinetic Field pushing them all back. And the Thunderstrike as well, but still, that's with the Nyx Assassin bottom. That ZSMJ still farming in that bottom lane. They have to TP down there as he was pushing in. Still, though, nice defense.
Yeah, they had a great initiation onto the Slark too. They doomed him first, but they were fighting under the tower, and the TA was too much with the refractions, so they didn't really have anything to clear right there. But that was good. I can't believe they actually held that. That was amazing.
Yeah. Very well played coming out from them, making sure they get that tower and they hold it there. So 4v5, that gives room to obviously the Nyx Assassin to get those levels that he really needed. Joe's actually going to try to pounce on Rabbit, and he's going to go ahead and Dark Pact away, get that open wounds off of him, and head back down into the bottom lane and just try to take this farm. He's only sitting on a tread right now and just a circlet, really. So 10 minutes in, and Slark's farm is not the best at this point in time, but still, he could get back up there pretty quickly.
Yeah, this Doom is actually going utility. He's he's almost got his mech, maybe in say about 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes. He should have it, and with that, they can pretty much team fight because Tongfu is not gonna have anything. And this Timbersaw is still level, like this Visage is almost level 6, and this Timbersaw just got 5. So that's just saying how much the heroes they have actually counters Timbersaw with. So they did really good job top.
Right. Yeah, they did. They did a very nice job. And I don't know, man. This game is looking like it's going... I mean, LGD, they lost that last one, but they still have 1,500 gold lead, and they want to try to pressure early on. You can see what they're doing. They're all grouping up right now. There's actually a hook shot in. You can see Yao's trying to fight on Kabu. Telekinesis as well. Fadeable. Timberchain not able to get out in time. Moose here, though. Fractions up. Yao taking damage. The dust is going to fly. Open wounds as well. Sleep's coming through as well as the silence is on the ground. The Static Storm moving. Trouble the kinetic field. Doom unnecessarily. He goes down. They'll grab, of course, the Visage on top of that. Now Zhou trying to leap his way out of there. He doesn't have Shadow Dance. The Glimpse back in. He cannot afford to go down. Spell was stolen. Oh, he missed the leap. DD so close. Dark packed off. That was a telekinesis that went. He'll leap out of the kinetic field. He's getting chased around. The Benny Hill music is playing. The Thunderstrike is on him. Can he survive this? It looks like not. He's got leap in a second. Man, he actually may survive this. He's going through the trees, the fog, and he's just too quick. They can't get him. Oh, he juked him away, and he will survive in the end. Still, though, LGD having a good fight nonetheless.
Yeah, that was a beautiful kinetic field and disruptor ulti at the beginning that basically set up both the kills on the Visage and TA. The Visage did go down, right, at the end?
Yeah, he went down. I think in the beginning, actually, more so of the fight, but
the TA went down because you remember he doomed.
He used that doom right at the end.
Yeah, and then the Visage went out, but they have 6 on their Visage and Nyx now, so they actually can start making stuff happen around the map. And Timber's gonna finally hit his 6, so they have enough to team fight, but I don't know if it's enough now because this Doom actually should have. Yeah, he has his mech in 300, and they can just group up and team fight. That's what LGD want to do, and And that's what Tongfu wants to do too, but I don't know if they're going to be strong enough to actually take any fights.
Well, they have a Vendetta now, though, like you mentioned. I mean, they have the levels. You can see the Templar Assassin is getting some decent farm as well. Level 9 for Moo, and he's sitting on a Bracer, so maybe Drum next. And they're going to smoke up, and maybe this is what they need to get back into it. I mean, they're only down 5 kills right now, and Joe, it just needs a little bit of farm as well to get back into it. So we'll see where they go with the Smoke of Deceit.
Should be middle lane.
Vendetta's going to go for SMJ. There's the side trap, DDC. There's the Sentry Ward on the ground. Another Static Storm and Kinetic Field hook shot in. Moo in a bit of trouble. Telekinesis. He will fall. The Impale comes through. And of course the Visage Birds. Not that that really matters. Open Wounds leaped on ZSMJ. Wow, what a whirling death coming through from Dakabu. Can't do enough damage though to grab the kill. Moo bought back, it looks like. Now coming through. Damage coming out from Tongfu. Rabbit's getting low as well. The Birds doing damage. Infest into DDC. They're all backing off now. Moo making his way out of there. Zhao back into the fight as well. Side trap pushing them back for now. And then a couple of buybacks coming on through. Infest out so that, you know, Rabbit can live. I want to check out the buyback status, though, while that all happened. Yeah, 3 buybacks. I thought it was 3. 1 from the Doom. And then, of course, 1 from the Slark, 1 from the TA.
They're going back in.
Yeah, this
fight says his ulti. Slark should be fine here.
Yeah, Yao actually getting hit up with that pounce, and the Impale is going to go. DDC in a bit of trouble. The right click, Open Wound's going to slow him down. He gets stunned as well on top of that. They do take 1. The pounce coming through. Zhao wants to fight this. Glimpse way back, as you can clearly see. Zhao 8, he's got his Scorched Earth on, so he's not really going to be in much of harm's way here. But still no Doom, and they, you know, another kill going the way of Tongfu this time.
Yeah, that buyback hurt the Doom. He still doesn't have the mech, but the Doom in that last fight up there forced the Slark to buy back because he immediately doomed the Slark as he pounced in midair. So it was a beautiful play. But this wow. Okay, what a rage.
Rock it on.
Okay.
I didn't see it. What happened?
Okay, he went up the cliff and immediately raged when he saw. I think the Nyx should have just stunned downhill, and he would have caught the Nyx before he was raged, because they had 3 heroes there. They had the Slark, the Nyx, and I think the Visage or something. But he immediately raged on the hill and he didn't die because that was fast.
Yeah, I noticed there were a lot of Tongfu players over there just making their way up into that little alcove there. The staircase.
Vendetta on the Rubik. Stole that.
Yeah, he's hunted, and there's no Sentry Wards on the ground either, so I don't know what kind of true set they have, but that's kind of an issue, just a little bit. The arm load is up on the Lifestealer right now, the mech is done on the Doom, and so you mentioned how that buyback did put him back. He does have it now, and that utility is going to start coming through here and paying off, because they want to fight early, and they want to take towers, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, they don't have enough farm on their heroes, but they still want to fight. They have to fight. Another send back.
Yeah, that's really bad. Now there's going to be a hook shot in onto Moo. The Static Storm as well. Can they get him before he gets out of there in time? He cannot live. And that's Rabbit getting another kill. He's on a killing spree right now, and that is going to be a tier 1 tower falling because of it. That's their, I think, their primary hero to carry them through the mid game right now. Slark's doing a bit, but not nearly enough, I feel like. So another glimpse coming back through. Kinetic Field on Kabu. A Whirling Death that does a bit of damage, plus a 3-man Impale. Soul Assumption in time to grab the kill on Yao, but that's it. DD getting absolutely wrecked, but he's got Meld. He will survive for now. He's actually on the staircase here, and they're not chasing anybody else. He's alive. We got a Dark Pact over here right on DD. Oh my god. How? Oh, the Impale will kill him anyways, so got excited for no apparent reason there.
Really did. Yeah, that's the second send back this game. But the first one didn't hurt them. That one did. And the TA, they had nothing to save the TA, so TA really needs a BKB, but she's not gonna have it anytime soon for this disruptor right now. So this disruptor is paying dividends this game.
He really is. I think the glimpses, just wasting those TPs, have been on point. Plus the Static Storms as well. I mean, like, TA can't do anything. You mentioned it. Like, it's a rough start coming out from Tongfu. They could certainly get back into this, but the Lifestealer and Doom are getting farmed. The Doom obviously is a lot about utility. You can still do some damage, obviously, if you can grab, like, an Alpha Wolf later on down the game. I think that'd be a nice pickup. Plus, the armlet's already done for the Lifestealer, too, so...
Yeah, the Doom either shuts down the Timbersaw or the Slark, and it's been the Slark this game, and because you don't even really need to shut down the Timber, and then the Disruptor's been shutting down the TA all game, every fight. So all the refraction charges are instantly gone, and it's so vulnerable. But both teams smoke up, trying to make something happen. Should just be a tower trade, maybe.
And as they say, this is like two ships passing in the night. While this is happening, we have some time to talk. I want to apologize again for having some microphone issues early on in the match. Hopefully that resolves itself. Obviously, the Dota audio is a bit messy, the Dota TV audio for the microphone there, so I apologize to everybody currently watching. But we do see a good game so far, and at least we have that going for us. There's a tier 1 tower we may be following on both sides. One down bottom, one down mid. It looks like they're not going to trade just yet. There's, of course, the push coming into the mid lane, the Chakra and the Impale pushing the wave out. And it looks like LGD want to try to fight this coming in from the backside. The TP's going to come through as well. Moo's backing off now. Hookshot might be available. Glimpse up on the move. Maybe it's some trouble. The BKB going right now. The Static Storm is up. Joe going to go ahead and just use that Shadow Dance. Moo is going to fall again. Soul Assumption, the Impale onto Zhao 8. He's in trouble. He will fall. Now Slark with the Dark Pack doing work, but the Impale doing work as well. Stolen by DD, but he will fall next. It's a 2-for-2 trade. Now, Chakram just missing a Rabbit. Armlet toggling is there. Soul Assumption is going to fly. Try to take down the Timbersaw and will. He's still alive with that rage. Yao's back. Battery Assault not available. He actually just used it, so he's going to do work. And that's going to be 4 down now on the side of Tongfu. LGD somehow surviving in that fight.
It's clockwork. Clockwork. Oh, how do they know? Oh, they saw the sentry. That sentry saw him. That sentry saw him.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So...
Yep.
Actually, it's the SMJ. Spike Carapace.
It could actually kill.
Oh, the glimpse.
What?
Oh, he's...
He might die. Oh, if he had hit that.
The kinetic field, the right click should be there. He already used the Spike Carapace. The Urn's on him. He is going to fall. So that makes it a clean 5. That goes down now on Tongfu with Disruptor picking up that kill.
Yeah, once again, the Disruptor sent back on the TA, setting up the team fight. The Doom actually did get picked off before he got his Doom off because he was waiting patiently to get it on the Slark that fight.
Yeah.
But the Timbersaw just blew him up. And then the Visage nuke. So he should have just doomed the Timbersaw probably there that fight. But it was still a relatively one fight for LGD.
Yeah.
Dire's middle
I was
tower
noticing
is
that too. I was
under
like,
attack.
was there a Doom in that engagement? Plus, everyone was really low for LGD for the most part in that fight. They barely got alive. And DDC, well, he is actually going to fall. Looks like the Static Storm doing work. Yao has that blade mail. Look at the damage coming out onto Kabu and Moo. They very well may fall. First is Kabu. Second looks to be Moo with the Centaurcon Stomp. Zhao is just standing here, not doing any damage to him. The Melody, I think, did go. The Doom is up now just to kill him. And that's 3 down again now for Tongfu. And they just keep losing these fights. They're not going their way.
Yeah. They really tried to kill the Disruptor, and they paid for it again because they didn't have a stun. They didn't have a stun with them, like they didn't have the Nyx stun, so they couldn't stop him from casting his kinetic field and ulti again. So they just got 3-man silenced and 2-man kinetic field.
Yeah, so that's... The kinetic fields, the Static Storms have been on point. The Blade Mail has been really effective for Clockwork. You saw in that last fight.
Yep.
And let's check out some items real quick. We haven't looked at those in a while. We talked about the mech. There's a Basher up now on Rabbit with the armlet all together. And you look at Tongfu, they're trying to get a BKB, I think, on the Slark. Moo should be going for that as well, considering how much Glimpse has haunted him in the past fights. So, will they ever get there is the question.
Maybe if they keep splish pushing, but they keep on trying to force this issue.
Yeah, there's a hook shot coming through right now. Timberchain did miss. Rabbit in some trouble, as you can clearly see, but he's going to rage up and be fine. Kabu taking damage. Joe pouncing up on Yao. He's in some trouble. Timberchain through. That Joe grabbing that kill. No, it's Visage instead. Meld Strike going. Moo's still on the hunt, trying to grab Rabbit. He's godlike now. He will fall in the end. It's 2-for-2 trade. That's a big pickup. Kinetic Field will stop the assault. Joe is here. And finally get a trade that's somewhat favorable. There's a buyback from the Lifestealer. They've got to back off now. Joe still alive. The Urn Charge taking him down with the Thunder Strike. He may very well live and will because of the Shadow Dance passive. And they won't chase too far into the jungle, but Rabbit is forced to buy back now, which is a huge pickup coming out from Tongfu there.
Yeah, Timbersaw just got 1,200 gold from that, and he actually had a mech. What?
DFG.
I'm trying to think of acronyms. It's not working.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't think you're going to think of anything.
Radiant structures are
I
fortified.
tried, guys. I really did, actually.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
Haste rune. Haste rune. Oh.
Radiant's
Nice.
bottom
Lifestealer
tower
picking
has
up the
fallen.
last hit on that tower. Doom is
bait.
up for Zhao 8. Wow, what a bait. Yeah, really was. Glimpse, though, coming on Zhou, but not too much there. Kinetic Field, not on point. So they take the Tier 1 tower. They do lose Zhao Wei in the end, though.
Yeah, who would expect that you'd have 3-4 other heroes with you and right there, but I wouldn't have. I would have fed.
I don't know.
Really.
I would have played that spot. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm
I would have lived. That's you, Mont. Yeah, you
literally the
lived.
best North American player out there. I'm awful.
What is this?
Just kidding.
Well, this Slark's actually pretty close to his BKB. That's good. It doesn't shut down the Doom though, but it's gonna shut down the stupid disruptor. That it's almost I don't know. These hooks have been pretty good too, so it's not just that. Because he's been catching out the Timbersaw every time and basically just turning on the Blade Mail.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I don't know. Have you seen DDC's play? It's been pretty sexy to say the least.
Yeah,
It's
all right,
been really
fine.
good.
I know what
Dire's
you're
top
trying to
tower
say.
has
MVP
fallen.
award. I was trying to, another candidate. But
Well, we were talking about how the disruptor pick was going to work out for them, and honestly, like we were questioning it, and really shouldn't have. I mean, I don't know who we are to question DDC's play right now because
It's
he's been on point. So
it's just that top lane. Yeah, they had to leave the lane after they gave the first blood instead of getting it. So, because after they lost the momentum, they just lost the levels and good initiation. So probably do or die right here.
Glimpse is going to go. Kinetic Field's on the ground. Telekinesis CSMJ gets blown up. Zhou, BKB is going to go right now. Pounces on Zhao. Timber Chain, not really doing much for Kabu, who's already dead. Zhou, BKB is pretty much gone now. That 10-second charge done. And just like that, 2 heroes have to buy back immediately. But there's no BKB on Zhou. There's no BKB on him for another 63 seconds. So LGD, they didn't lose anybody in that fight. They can go back in.
They smoked. That's a good ward. That's a good TA trap. They know. They still know. That's if they want to try to do it. And those buybacks were required, but they might be able to kill this actually in time.
They need to throw a sentry in there to take that trap down if necessary. But I mean, they should know that there's a trap there. Most TAs put one there, and it hasn't been killed. So I mean, you've got to assume. But they are going to actually look for a kill, and I like this better. You can see they're just moving throughout. Mu is actually going to pick up an Izuru, which means that maybe if he uses that now, he might pick off somebody else or at least break the smoke. But they're actually going to go back into Roshan. We were just talking about this. They can see this is happening, and so Tongfu is going to make their way over with the Invis Rune on Mu. This is actually kind of dangerous. They have no sentry wards on the ground. Well, they have one on the high ground. They actually should see this trap. It might be just out of range. It looks like it is. Just barely. The Visage Familiars are going to come in. Move. Refraction's up. They want to try to take this. Now, Timber Chain through. One's down. That's Yao. Roche is not dead yet. Now, LGD has to back off. Kabu doing a lot of work. They're going to steal this. Tongfu with the steal of the Roshan. Doom's going to come in, but that's going to be an Aegis up on Slug. Oh, this is not the fight they want to take. Zhou. BKB is up. DDC is low on the other side of things. Kabu looking for Zhao. They grab the kill on DDC. Next is going to be Zhao. This is all going horribly for LGD. Zhao may fall here and will. To Kabu with, of course, the Chakram coming out. And just like that, 3 heroes that they desperately needed to kill. And they're looking for more. Rabbit with the Rage. He will just narrowly miss that pounce against him.
Thanks for that.
Close fight.
Structures are
That was
fortified.
huge.
Dire's
Timbersaw
middle
got.
tower is under
Was that a
attack.
3-man stun on Nyx or something? Is that why they all like blew up from the Timbersaw?
Yeah, I think so. He just
I think it
Timber Chain
was
right through there.
And it might have been the
Dire's middle
Visage
tower
stuns
has
too. I
fallen.
didn't.
Yeah,
I
in
didn't.
combination.
Yeah, that was like really well played. They all blew up simultaneously, all 3 of the heroes, and they had to buy back. So
Dire's
I like
bottom
what you
tower
said.
is
Like
under
they
attack.
should have kept going with the smoke gank instead of turning around and just trying to do Roshan or put a sentry down
Dire's
in
bottom
near the
tower
Roshan
has
pit
Well, they did,
because
but it didn't skip. Like the
Yeah, like,
sentry was here, and it's just out of range of
it
where
was
that
just
was.
out of range.
So, like, if that sentry was a bit to the right,
Well, that was for more probably the Knicks,
right?
so they wanted to make sure, but didn't. Yeah, it wasn't close.
Yeah,
enough.
it wouldn't have mattered.
Didn't see
I mean, maybe if they kill that TA trap, they actually get out of the Roche pit and don't try to fight, or, well, they don't try to take the Roshan because they know that they're coming. I think that's probably the thought process that I would have. But now there's a BKB up, and I asked the question, will they get these BKBs? And they have them now for Mu, and they have them for the Slark as well. So now is, I guess, the time for Tongfu, because when you looked at the early game, the Templar Assassin was really not effective because primarily of DDC's play. And now he really can't do much in these engagements with BKB. So
Need that Agnems. Come on, Disruptor.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Yeah, you
You
gotta
have
get that farm.
17 assists. in set 27 minutes. Come on. You can do this. I
Dyer's
believe in you.
bottom tower
We'll see
is
if
under
DDC actually
attack.
does want to pick that item up. There's a couple of other items you can go for. Items obviously is a nice pickup whenever you can get it, but and actually you look at Rabbit's farm, it's actually stagnated to a certain extent. So
I think he's debating. Well, I think he's probably gonna still go Abyssal, but they kind of need the armor from AC, and this Doom. He's either gonna go for uh he should go for a BKB, but he could also go for I guess a Heaven's Halberd.
mhm.
But they have BKBs now, so I think it should be a BKB. What did he? Yeah, he's going BKB for sure. Because he really needs it to stay in these fights. So this Timbersaw being shut down really hard. He managed to get the mech, and that helped him a lot in the team fights earlier, and he's almost got his bloodstone, so
That'll be a nice pickup for him just to get that
doing
regen,
really
get that
well
extra
now.
tankiness. And with the mech, that's an item you don't see a whole lot of on a Timbersaw, but it served him well. Now, Yao, wow, hookshot into pretty much everybody on his Static Storm as well, but Yao dies quickly despite having, oh, look at this damage coming in. The Doom up on Mu as well. The right click is there. Rabbit coming through with DD, doing absolute work. And now, Joe getting caught out with the glimpses. BKB is done. Pounce is not going to matter. The Aegis is gone. Just like that. That damage was outstanding. There was just so much there. The Visage Birds will stun, and Zoe will get away because of it. Very nice play from the Visage. San Sheng getting those stuns down with, of course, the Visage Familiars. However, they will die in the end.
Was that a 4-man kinetic field ulti?
I think so.
Okay, so the Doom was on TA, and Doom couldn't actually get out. Like the TA couldn't actually get out of the kinetic field because of the Doom. I did not know that. She had the BKB on, I think, too. So
Yeah, she popped it.
So yeah, so it can't. She couldn't even get out of the kinetic field either. But she wasn't taking any damage though.
Yeah.
So that's why she managed to survive there. But another well placed, and then the double force staff at the beginning by the Rubik and Disruptor on the Doom, because he would have probably died. So that was really well played by the two supports as well.
Again, it's the supports that are shining throughout this entire tournament, at least the playoffs so far. I mean, we saw it last night from FY. The sports are doing really well for LGD as of right now. Same with Tongfu. I think Visage has been on point with his familiar stuns. Sancheng has done a very nice job there. And ZSMJ, of course, has had a lot of 3-man impales and more. But there is an interesting thing to note here. That the gold lead was actually, at one point almost 7,500 to 8,000 going the way of LGD. It's actually at 2,500 right now. And the experience is even. So despite having a very strong early game, LGD is maybe in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, it's ever since that one Roshan that they kind of I guess a little debacle, because they didn't really need to force the issue, but they did, and they ended up paying for it. So they just need to turn it around once they get this BKB on the Doombringer, and I think they can, because they have the AC now up on the Lifestealer, and I'm glad he went that instead of the Abyssal, because they really needed this. They really need this armor and survivability. So,
Yeah, especially against the TA. Obviously, the Meld Strike damage, especially if she gets Desolate at some point in time. It's always a nice pickup there. But I don't know, because LGD, though, they have to maybe wait for the next Roshan. But if they do that, then maybe it gets contested again, and that might be an issue.
well, they either need to smoke up now or just farm their buybacks, because they don't have buybacks on any of their heroes now, because they just got all of their items. So they have the gym though on the Rubik, so they do have map control, and the Tongfu side, they are playing a little passive, because they still aren't back into this game yet. It's still like even, so
Yeah, I'd say
they
even
know
is the correct
they know
word.
this smoke game's coming. Yeah, I wonder if that ward saw it. No, I didn't see it.
No,
It's
no
nighttime.
way. That was no way that Ward saw that. They're going to make their way through the jungle. They'll find an illusion, and hopefully they don't attack this. They should know it's an illusion. It's just standing here. They're very aware. It's just grabbing vision right now. They're going to bypass it, head through the river, or by the river, excuse me, with Rabbit leading the way. They're going to go to the top lane, as you can see, Sansheng sitting near the
Yeah, they can
ancient
tell.
camp.
They can tell this is a smoke game, really, because look at how far this mid lane is right now. Look how far. It's at their tier
Dyer's
tier
middle
3, and it
tower
was
is under
close to their
attack.
tier 2. Obviously, they would be farming it. So
Mhm.
really well played. map awareness,
Boom, there it goes.
standard. So
Yeah, they needed to push out those lanes before they decided to head up for a smoke gank, and you know, it's just a little bit of time wasted, and that means that there's more time for Zhou to farm, which he's got a Yasha right now and an Ultimate Orb, which would say Manta style, so I think that's probably his next item. But then again, I mean, with the Slark, I don't know, what are you thinking he's going? Probably Manta this one, right?
yeah, and I think that I don't know if the TAs went casual Yasha too, but she might be going 1-2. I like the Manta. It's really good to get out of the Nyax wounds, and it's also good just to have for the push and the movement speed from the Yasha. So
Zhou's pretty fast.
yeah, he's got 520, 522 obviously.
With that passive going through, that's ridiculous. He's very speedy. He can move around the map very effectively with that, but you do see the rush timer at 240 right now. Manta Style's done for one hero. Obviously, Moon may be building his own with his Yasha, as you can see. The casual Yasha is always a nice build to have anyway. So everyone's grouping up for LGD right now, and I feel like, yes, they have that Assault Cuirass and the Lifestealer, but, you know, there's a bit of trouble coming out with Zhou and with Mu farming very effectively throughout the map, and Kabu as well with his Bloodstone now.
They have a Vlad's on the Visage.
Hmm.
So instead of going for the Ags,
Oh, hook shot. Mu, open wounded as well. He does get force tapped out, and he's actually rather low, but still alive. Glimpse back in, hasn't used his BKB, now he will. Now getting hit up with the bash, it looks like he will get right-click down. The Impale is going to go and hit on 3. Spell was stolen, that should have been, no, it was Spike Carapace, he used it right afterwards. Nicely played. The right-click's coming through on the illusions, the Manta-style illusions. ZSMJ's walking out there. Mu gets caught in a position, a nice pick-off, a nice hook shot from Yao. Not done yet, the Glimpse, ZSMJ. Telekinesis up, he is down. That's 2 down now on the side of Tongfu, and LGD getting more pickoffs, just like that.
yeah, the power of Glimpse. That's 2 pickoffs because of Glimpse.
Mm.
Like the cooldown is 20
Radiant's
seconds.
bottom tower
They managed
is
to
under
get
attack.
two kills in the span of like 20 seconds. That's how long that fight kind of was. How long that chase was. So the next assassin went back, tried to save his TA, but it didn't work out. He used the Force Staff earlier too to try to help him, but the TA should have used, like, the TA would have lived there if she just BKB'd before the time lapse went back. That was kind of a misplay by the TA. So, but she might have thought,
Incoming.
nah, her whole team was backing, so she should have definitely used it. But two kills going for LGD there.
Either way, I mean, that's just been the kind of the story of this game. I feel like just been the glimpses, and even though they had the BKBs, they're still getting picked off from time to time, and it's rough because they're playing a very sound game. Other than that, they're going to smoke up. Looks like they're trying to find Roshan. It's actually very close to being up right now, as you can see. But this is maybe bad for LGD. They don't have their entire team here. You can see Rabbit's making his way over, but it looks like LGD knows. They back up onto the high ground. And Tongfu, they're not able to get the kill here. They have the Roche pit trapped up so they can see when it's going to be up here, which is in just a few moments. And Tongfu's still going, with ZSMJ leading the way, Vendetta up. Trap's going to go on the high ground again, and they actually catch out one of these heroes here. It's going to be DDC. Manta Style goes for Zhou, as well as the BKB. No, the leap! The leap from Zhou, not where he needed it. ZSMJ falls right now. Soul Assumption. Sansheng getting chased as well. Timberchain not doing much. Mech is up. He's going to fall. Explode. He does commit suicide with that Bloodstone. Doom is up on move, but he's still very speedy with the Yasha. Sansheng getting caught out of position. Yao used his hook shot. I don't think he hit it, though. Sansheng should die here. He's still rather low. Now chasing after Mu with the Doom. He was able to get out. Yao actually did hit the hook shot, it looks like, as the cogs did fly. And so just like that, another 3 heroes done.
Well, the Rubik's still going on this. He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it. 1v1, bottom lane.
Wow, this is Soul Assumption's flying left and right. He knew he didn't have any charges. That was kind
Radiant's
of
middle tower is under
interesting.
attack.
Well, that's fine. They took
Rubik
3
stole the
heroes now.
birds there, and they were just kind of 1v1ing during that fight. It was pretty funny to watch, but that's a tier 2 tower
Radiant
going.
structures
Gonna go
are
down
fortified.
for LGD. They back off?
They
back
don't
off?
want to take
They
it.
should take it.
They
should
should,
take it.
yeah. Rabbit's going to run up to the tower and just
Like,
try to hit
TA
it.
could actually have buyback, but
Radiant's middle tower.
Well, Rabbit
has
does pick
fallen.
up the kill on the tower. He's actually going to get hit up with the pounce, and Joe has to go ahead and use his Shadow Dance, and he doesn't want to use his BKB. It's at 6-second duration already, but the Timber Chain coming through. Zhao knows this is coming. They're going to try to turn this around, maybe. Yao should have a hook shot soon. In fact, still has it now. But they think they just want to go for Roshan now, and they actually going to go and grab this Visage Bird. It's going to go ahead and stun. They're not going to bother with it. So they'll head into Rosh, but they can still contest this. I mean, you look at Tongfu, they're in the position to kind of deal with this right now.
Yeah, these ghost scepters are probably what's been helping on the clock and the Rubik. So
Invisibility.
hook, did it miss?
BKB going, Zhao 8. They both use him, moves up as well. His is going to go down a couple of seconds. Silence up on Joe. BKB should be done for Moo. And right now, actually, open moves up on ZSMJ. First hit bash. 4-step down to the low ground. Joe pouncing. Some damage coming through with the Chakram. One's down. Zhao maybe next. Sansheng still down on the side of the Radiant team. They're looking for the doomed up Joe. Telekinesis back. It's a gank train. Everyone's running. Joe's going to fall. 70 seconds for him to be down. Moo trying to do work on Yao. He's still alive. Timber Chain not doing enough. ZSMJ on the high ground. There's the Abyssal Blade. Moo taking damage. The bash as well. The Fade Bolt. Rabbit wicked sick with that one. 3 down. A buyback from Zhao 8. Now they're looking for Kabu. TP out. Do we have a level death? You've got the stop. He'll use it. Kabu's in trouble now. Timber Chain is up and available. It should be ready to go. He's got enough mana. They shouldn't chase too far for this. There's a TP coming into the mid lane now from the Rubik. Can he get there? The 4-staff forward. No, the Timber Chain is too fast. Now, ZSMJ is going to TP out. But still, wow. Good fight for LGD again.
Yeah, and they're gonna get Roshan
Yep.
from this. Nothing they can do to stop it. I mean, they were making the comeback, but I mean, they still have to deal with like the
Dire's
disruptor.
top
He's
tower
actually
is under it.
these
Roshan has
last
fallen
3
to
or
the
so
dark.
engagements has been really spot on. But I mean, what can they do?
Dire's bottom tower is under
I think
attack.
it's just LGD's play has been very impressive, and there was
Really
that one
has.
Roche fight that really got Tongfu back into it. But you think about the rest of the fights for pretty much the entire game, and I can't think of one that has gone profoundly in the way of Tongfu. I don't think I can't really think of one. Can you?
Only the Roshan fight.
Yeah.
Else they were just like trading maybe 3 for 2 or 4 for 3 or something. But and they were losing like out on it more. But I don't know. I don't know what they can do. Like they have they need a lot of farm on this TA, and this TA hasn't gotten any item progression in the last like 10 minutes. She's been stuck
sitting
on
that
this.
Yasha, yeah.
I mean, they kind of need Lincolns, but it's still not enough because the other team, like, they have way too much. Like, you need Lincolns just for the glimpse specs, but so you don't waste your BKBs all the time. That's what's really been hurting them. But
Yeah, Joe should be down to like 5 seconds, and he is. And moves
Yeah.
down at, 7. Wow, 4-step forward. Telekinesis, Abyssal Blade, Kabu. 4-step into the high ground. Nice play coming up from the supports, but a glimpse on him. Now the Telekinesis kinetic field won't get him out of there. Will, excuse me. Now Rabbit taking damage. That's the age is gone. A little bit of an aggressive play. Doesn't really turn out the way they had hoped.
yeah, that was great. 4-staff by there. Then this disruptor had it back, glimpse back, and then he timber chained Dwayne just in time because the Doom didn't use Doom or they didn't want to waste their ultis, like Doom and the disruptor. They didn't want to waste their ultis on that one kill, which I think one of them should have, because the kinetic field the static storm only has a 85-second cooldown. I think
That's not
getting
long.
yeah.
It's worth
I don't know. I
think.
think it would have been worth it. But he has a bloodstone though. You have to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So he will be coming back in like
Not too long.
30, 40 seconds.
He's got 8 charges, so yeah, it actually is kind of a quick respawn with that. It's not like
Radiant's
6 or
bottom
anything.
tower
So
is under attack.
he will survive, and he'll be up here on the high ground right now. Kabu's just sitting. They don't want to try to contest this tier 2
Radiant's
tower, which
bottom
is
tower has
pretty
fallen.
obvious and evident. So they are just trying to get Joe room to farm. He's got his Manta, he's got his Bash, he's got his BKB, and Moo's got a Chrysalis now, so just went for that casual Yasha, no Manta style in that regard. But Invis Rune's going to go for Yao, which will be a nice pickup. Flare's going to go in the top lane, top rune spot. Just try to push this out. There's one tier 2 tower left on the map for the rating team for Tongfu. That's the one here in the top lane, excuse me. So I don't know what they can do for Tongfu. It seems like they've lost almost every fight except for that Roche fight, which we already talked about. It's
I
just
think they
too
need
much.
butterflies on both of their carries right now, just so they can go kind of toe-to-toe with this Nyax. But he'll still probably get the him BKB. It's gonna Bissell,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, the bash coming through as well. Mu is very unfortunate and, in fact, very dead. So not only does he waste a BKB charge, he dies for it anyways. And that leaves the top 2 tower pretty exposed and probably shouldn't have a buyback. And, in fact, doesn't. Not, really there in terms of gold. Is sitting about 800 gold away. So maybe they could actually push into this tier 3 tower. They've got 55 seconds, so I'm not sure.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They have to bring one back for this Slark. Doom? Yeah. They had the Visage Birds.
So yeah, he's going to get Familiar Stunned right now. That actually leaves Joe with just Doom, and he should be fine. Obviously, the passive doesn't work while you're doomed. And that Doom damage is pretty excessive, but they aren't chasing him here, so he will still survive.
If he had his Shivas, he would have died. This Slark would have died for sure, because he would have got slowed, and then the Disruptor would have been there in time for the glimpse. But it's just one of those things where you just so close to having a free kill, but it was still worth it. It was still worth it to use the Doom for a potential pickoff. So
Agreed.
it's almost a hard on this Nyx. He should have it after his bottom wave. Yeah,
it's going to be a disgusting amount of health on a life stealer. That he's going to be pretty happy about that. So it's actually flying out to him now. He has to get the Vitality Booster first, but he's got enough gold for it, as you can clearly see. So they're all tanky, and they're going to push their lanes out. Roshan is not up for a while. In fact, that age just only got wasted a couple minutes ago, so that was right at the beginning of it. They might wait for the next Roshan before they try to fight here, but I'm not sure. Is the SMJ actually looking for Zhao to pick off? And Zhao's here as well. They have the BKB, but it's not going to be used yet. Zhao taking some damage. The Scorched Earth is helping out with the regen. He'll mech himself. He gets bashed up. Zhao trying to turn this around. The glimpse back in. Hook shot. ZSMJ is going to fall. What about Zhao? 4-step forward. DDC looking for a glimpse, but it's on cooldown for 13 seconds. And Zhao is very quick, as you can clearly see with that passive, but still a 1-for-nothing trade, and that's not what they wanted.
Yeah, that's 22. That's 24 armor on Doom. That is... You'd need at least more. Like you said, they have 3 tanky heroes, and their supports are hard enough to kill because they have 4 steps, and the Rubik has a Yules and a Ghost Scepter, so they have no way to kill these heroes. And Slark's trying to go 1v1 versus the Nyx, and he's realizing it's
he's not
not
going to win
working
that
out.
battle. Yeah. Look at this. His armlet toggle is just on, and he doesn't care because he has this Heart of Trask going. So he doesn't mind at all about this. He's just going to keep his armlet on for pretty much the rest of the game, I feel like.
They don't want to lose any towers.
No, that's not even greedy, though.
They rather just defend and not even trade. So they're just going to wait for the next probably Roshan or just... Yeah, because they wanted that top tier 2 before they did anything, but yeah, they're just gonna keep camping this Roshan for a while, and then they're gonna make their final move. So I don't know. It's kind of like waiting for the inevitable. That's what's in my mind, because I mean, what if even the Slark got the butterfly right now? What could they do? The armor is way too much on LGD right now.
I think it would take. And bear with me here, I think it's going to take a pretty colossal thrower, a pretty fantastic fight from Tongfu in order for them to really turn this around. And it's only going to get harder if they get caught out of position like Mu, melding, maybe even getting hit with a Implicit Blade. But 4-step forward coming up from ZSMJ. Oh, that hook shot just missed somehow, but they will pick up the kill on the next assassin nonetheless. Zhou has done a fantastic job of just split pushing this entire time. He's been all over the map, but it looks like LGD don't care. Fortification is going to go. They may have to send somebody back home in a couple of moments, but they want to take the tier 3 first. They are going to TP up. Joe is actually back home right now, as you can see. So, wow, Joe's done a very good job of pushing out the lanes here and just making it so hard for them to really push in and grab a tier 3 tower.
I think they could have taken it. I don't think they needed to TP back, because it's only one Slark, and you have your whole team there, and you killed the Nyx. That's like their only stun right now, besides the Visage Bird. So I don't think it's worth it. But I think they could have gotten the tower at least, and then they could have backed. But they did waste the glyph, so it's still worth it. But
yeah, I mean, anytime you can just be a nuisance like that, I mean, the fact that they had to go home, yeah, they could have pushed in and grabbed the tier 3 tower, maybe even a set of racks, but I just feel like they didn't want to risk it. That's the thing. They just don't want to risk sending Zhou up there and having him take down the tower when they really don't have to worry about that, you know, if they just push up the lanes a little bit. And that's a Rubik Aghanim Scepter. Yes! God, I'm excited.
So much farm. Where's the disruptors? Come on. Come on.
No, he doesn't need it. Pounce, Rage does go. Zhou getting caught out of position. Nice Centaur Stomp. Will they get the kill here? No, he'll be fine. Glimp's not coming in just yet. They don't want to use it, obviously, and Zhou could just BKB if necessary. But the tier 3 tower being sieged a little bit. Visage Bird getting killed very easily coming out from Rabbit. And the wave getting pushed down as well. We'll have to keep our eyes on Yao. He should be the one to initiate here. And Zhou's going to do that himself, actually, with the BKB. Melt Strike, Rabbit still very tanky. BKB's everywhere. Shiva's Guard going. Static Storm. Now, Kabu getting pushed back in, and obviously the Stomp's going through. Doom is up. Zhou going to fall. He buys right back and trying to get back into the fight. Tier 3 tower goes. Rabbit's rather low. The familiar. Nice 4 stabs out coming in from DDC and DD, both using them on that Life Stealer. He just slid right out of there.
Yeah, I was like 1, 2. There you go.
Yeah.
Now he's regenning, so they're just going right back in.
That's hard to trask right there. And just doing work right now, paying for itself. Rabbit looking for this set of racks here. He's doing a lot of the work himself with the right clicks. Kabu's going to come in, Shiva's Guard, and kind of zones them out for a bit here. Zhou is back in the engagement. If he goes down, that might be GG at this point because he's got no buyback. Obviously, we have it up right here, and his respawn time will be pretty hefty. They are going to back up right now. There is a Roshan available to them, and I don't know. It looks like Tongfu, I think they have to contest it at this point. They really can't afford an just going the way of LGD.
Yeah, they're sending the smoke. There it is. They know Roshan's up, but they're not even gonna make it there in time, are they? Yeah, they should.
Look at this, no. LGD actually wants to back off. This is more of a kind of just wait patiently. They should see this happening, though. I mean, Zhou, he's looking in the Roche pit right now. They have the trap there, so they know that they're not in. The smoke is still being used. Yao's waiting. They actually have vision of ZSMJ right now. They are going to go over here to, of course, the Tier 1 tower mid, and they have that flare, so actually standing in the way was Zhou and Mu. Kinetic Field, BKB is up. DD getting caught out. BKB's everywhere once again. Meld Strike not doing enough damage. ZSMJ, 4 staff away. Hookshot coming in. Yao, what cogs onto 2. Now the Chakram going through. It doesn't matter. The damage is too much. Zhou is dead next. He's down for 100 seconds. If they get Mu, if they get more than this, it may be GG, and it is. Even before that, a well-played game from LGD, and just like that, they won almost every single fight. And that will take them the game.
LGD victory.
Yeah, well played. Well played, sir. And that last fight, they didn't even need, you don't even need kinetic field. You just need cogs plus the disruptor's ulti. It was beautiful.
Yeah, really was. So that's going to do it for game number 1. Going to restart Dodo real quick. I promise I will have in-game sound up for you. No more sound issues as well. Once again, that is my apology. I really, really am sorry about that, guys. And obviously, it's very frustrating to deal with. So, great game 1. We're going to take a quick break. And we'll jump into the lobby to game number 2, guys. So stick around.